it's my chickens and the sun is beautiful and making video making a struggle. As usual, I've found a sunspot in my house and am trying to utilize it for all of my needs. So I'm sitting here having an afternoon coffee before I take the kids out snowboarding and really just staying present to being in flow. So what I mean by that is, like, historically speaking, as the years have gone by, New Year's Eve has been a really reflective look back at the year that passed, planning whatever the hell that means for the year ahead, and really like setting intentions and goals, and I've had none of that going on. I've just really stayed present to like moment to moment being. So I will get up and I will clean up Christmas in little increments of time, and then when I feel like crawling back onto the couch, I'll crawl back onto the couch. And historically, I have gotten into like little manic phases of, oh my god, we gotta clean up Christmas, we can't start a new year with the old year still lingering. Well, Christmas isn't the old year lingering. I'm really clear about that. All of this shit in my world is like last year lingering. So just really recognizing some, I guess, old patterns of behavior that kind of make me chuckle now. And I don't feel a rush. Um I don't feel that the calendar has the same pull in my being as it once did. And I really am proud of myself at my ability to just be in flow and allow myself to rest and work and work and rest and let it be whatever it is whenever it is. And um that hasn't always been the case for me. I have historically gotten stuck in patterns of doing and thinking that things have to be done at a certain time and what that looks like. And this year I'm really marveling at my ability to just not, I was going to say worry, but like get like pulled into that. It's funny how like someone whispering in your ear about their lunch plans can take me like right out of my presentness. Um, and the length of time it takes me sometimes to get back in. And it reminds me of the moments I had in the last few months or so, the recognition that quite often, being a stay-at-home mom, I don't bring out the stuff I'm working on until my kids are in bed, because when pulled out of the flow of doing it, it takes so long to get back into it. And sometimes the like, whether it's like physically painting or setting the sacred space in which I choose to work in, like the prep work of doing some of that stuff is takes time. And so I was doing a check-in or something in which I don't even know if I asked myself why I don't do anything fun anymore, or somebody else asked me, and it was like, because I don't want to be interrupted. And the recognition that that is my reality. Interruptions are part of the package of parenting. And so the knowledge that I refuse to continue not doing the things that I love because I might be interrupted in doing them. And just because it takes some time to ebb and flow in and out of flow, I guess, uh, is not a good enough reason to stop doing all the magical things. So it snowed 2 days ago, and so the view out my window is just this beautiful. The trees are still all like covered, super covered, which means the wind's been still for a little while, and the sun is so bright and it's just so beautiful. And even so, I had errands to do with my family this morning, and anyone who knows me knows I avoid errands like the plague. And so I had to go out this morning and brush off the van. And for starters, driving a van is tricky in the fact that I can't reach the roof to brush it off. So I had asked Cam to um, sweep off the top of it before he left. But I haven't left my house since the snow started to fly, and my doors were frozen shut, and there was so much ice on the front windshield. It must have taken me a good 20 minutes to actually scrape it off. But the whole time I was like super present to the experience and super aware of how much time I've spent indoors not bothering because of the time it would take or whatever story I told myself in any given moment. So as I was mindfully scraping off my car today, I was grateful and wowed by the experience of like the cold, crisp, burning air in my nose, and like I don't know, it was just really nice. And I guess I I can hear the judgment of other people hearing my experience of my morning, and I was able to justify why I feel that it was so beautiful. But I structure my life in a way that, for the most part, I don't have to. So I guess there's a beauty in knowing that if I was completely miserable about it, I could just choose to stay home. Um, but then I invite you all to get really curious about whether or not you can't just choose to stay home too. Um, but yeah, and so in my errands, I had brought my book because some of the errands were mine and some of them weren't, and I recognized the ways in which I would normally just get out and help with other people's errands. Oh, perfect! Thank you so much for doing that. Um, it seems that in waiting 5 minutes, he solved his own lunch problem, so that's exciting. Um, so sitting there in my car and having my book and recognizing the feeling in my body when watching someone else do their errand, I would normally be like, oh, well, if I just get out and help them, it would be that much faster. And just sitting in that sunspot in my car with my car was idling and the heat coming out and just reading my book. And it was so warm and so nice, and just choosing to stay in that moment for myself and not getting out and helping someone else out of obligation, or all the stories I could have told myself of the reasons why I would get out and help, and just really honoring my body and having that really warm, delicious moment. It's like this moment. If I close my eyes and let the sun beat on my face, it's like any other sunny moment in my life, and it doesn't take away from the experience to open my eyes and see the snow, because I know that the sun and standing in the sun and closing my eyes and just being in the sun has the same feeling in my body, whether it's 20 below or 20 above or anything in between. Um, and so, yeah, that feels like a gift in and of itself today. So that's my check in. This is week 10. It's been a wonderfully delicious wild ride, sometimes really uncomfortable, and sometimes really beautiful. I do want to make note of Christmas Day Now I'm figuring in my mind if I have the right week or if that was last week, and I don't really care. Um, the last moment of my Christmas day, we were home and it was quiet, and all three boys, so ranging from 21 to 6, were laying on the family bed. We do a family movie night now on Christmas night, and we just sit in the living room. Anyways, they were all laying on the family bed playing with the plus plus that we got that day, which is like Lego, but not really. And they were just talking about their day and what was meaningful and what wasn't, and it was so oh like soul filling. It was like the soul food I'd been searching for all day long. And it was my absolute favorite moment this season. So, yeah, yeah, that's what I have for you. That's what I have for me. That's my beautiful roller coaster.